What is up, everybody? Welcome to the podcast. We are the Earthboys. My name is Emmy, and I'm here with my co-host Jaden.
What up, guys? How's it going? Shooting the first episode here, watching a gorgeous sunset.
Yeah, amazing sunset out my window right here, chilling in my room.
What floor are we on? Like technically the fourth?
Yeah.
If you look at it, right?
Yeah, I would say it's about the fourth floor of the building.
If it was like a normal like built building, not these like odd modern ones.
Yeah, because it's like I live in a townhome basically, so it's like a bunch of units stacked up on each other, and I get like the top floor because the garage is on the first floor, so I get a nice view. Really like it.
Yeah, and I hope that the moon is out there right now with that tiny little toenail clipping, it looks like.
Little crescent moon action. I mean, it was a full moon the other day during the eclipse. A lot of weird a lot of weird people out when it's a full moon.
Yeah, no, I avoid public, especially since I just got home from Hawaii, so I was like, there's no way I'm going outside.
I do not want to deal with these fucking psychopaths.
I don't want to deal with shit.
These crazy guys. Yeah.
Well, but yeah, no, honestly, it was funny that we're mentioning the sunset right now, and it's obviously a little cliche to talk about like the weather, but obviously living in California and like Southern California, our sunsets are like elite. Right. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like they're next level.
Yeah.
Like I've never had a bad time watching a sunset here.
No, I don't think so. The only other place that I remember had really nice sunsets was Bend, because it was clear skies all the time because we're like in the mountains. So when you see the sun like go over the mountaintops, it's so nice.
Yeah.
Setting on the west side.
I still got to go out there and shoot photos and stuff like that.
That's great.
I just got to go to the Pacific Northwest again in general.
You got to go to PNW to see old girl.
Don't tempt me.
Don't tempt you with a good time.
Yeah, don't tempt me with a good time, my boy.
I will. I will.
So let's talk.
Yeah.
Let's talk Formula One.
Right. So I'll just jump right into it, I guess. Las Vegas Formula One race is going to be this year. First time we have 3 races in the United States, and I hope that it's not ass, but you know, it's all done at the last minute, rushed. I feel like, and
always.
It's going to be one of those circuits that's like, it's cool that it's in the States again, but we don't need to be at this track. Like, it wasn't necessary, I don't think, just because we already have 2 good tracks. Miami's decent.
Okay, so
COTA is pretty good.
COTA's sick because the vibe is there. The photos are always great coming from there. That sky tower that they have where like you can view from above the track.
Right, yeah.
I actually just saw a film photographer that I follow. He's in Texas right now, and he was shooting film from that thing. It was actually pretty cool.
Was it Peter McKinnon?
No. It was, I forgot his name. It's like Flacco or something. I forgot his name.
Okay.
I mean, the photos kind of looked more digital because he used like a really low grain film stock on medium format, but that's besides the point. I really like COTA. I think Miami's kind of mid. It's kind of just a showcase of like American greedish, if that makes sense. Like all the celebrities that show up there, they're there because it's like the cool thing to do, not because like they're genuinely into racing. But I guess like that could be said.
They know that it's a big thing for them to be there.
It's a flex, is what it is.
Yeah, it's a flex.
It's like going to Paris and just posting the Eiffel Tower.
Right.
In reality, it's kind of like a low key a mid city, even that's a big statement.
They're there because for the sake of the event. Like they just know the cameras are going to be there.
Yes.
People are going to be there. They're going to get recognized.
Yeah, it's a little corny.
Yeah.
I like COTA. COTA's cool. The Texas culture, you know, like people might find the Texan culture kind of corny, whatever it is, what it is, you know, like we're all from different walks of life. But I think the Vegas one, I know a lot of Vegas locals are hating it, but I'm loving it because it's like, 1, I don't live there, and 2, it's like,
oh yeah,
let's be real, like Vegas
it's nice when you don't live there.
Yeah, Vegas runs off like gambling and all that stuff anyways.
Right.
And not to mention, I guarantee it's going to bring more money than all the other sports there.
Yeah,
which is also a big statement.
A lot of fucking money.
Lot of money.
They're charging like, there's some hotels, or I don't know if it's the hotels themselves, but some company or somebody over there, they're doing like a deal where I think our buddy last night told us about it. It was like 18 grand or something like that.
Yeah, for like a hotel
for 2 tickets.
2 tickets.
2 tickets in a hotel room. Like, go fuck yourself. I'm not gonna pay 18. I might as well buy a car with that money.
Yeah, or you might as well just take that 18 grand and put it towards like a sick ass time to go to Monaco.
Yeah, you go to Monaco, see the race there.
Go to Spa.
Dude, and have money left over. You can go to 2 races that year.
Yeah.
With 18 grand.
Yeah. If you lined up on a double header.
You travel to one place, you stay there for the night, for 2 nights. Okay, you get there Saturday, stay there overnight, you watch the race Sunday. Then you stay in the city for another day on Monday. Then you fly in Tuesday, spend the rest of the week there.
Yeah.
I mean, there's definitely ways to plan it out. $18,000 is a lot of fucking money.
Yeah. Like, and it's probably not even 18. It's probably 18,000 for like a room that's like
probably can see the track or something crazy.
Yeah. It's probably going to be a room the size of this room we're in, which like this is still a decent sized room. But if you're traveling to a city and you pull up, like this is the size of like a hostel room.
Yeah. Yeah. Because hotel rooms are like twice the size of this.
Actually, hostel rooms that I've been in are bigger than this one.
Like a normal hotel room would be my bedroom, the roommate's bedroom, with the wall knocked down in the middle.
And then like a full size bathroom.
And then a full size bathroom, yeah.
Yeah. With like a walk-in closet.
Right.
But I think while I was in Hawaii, I was texting you. I was like, dude, I know they'd be opposed to it because obviously not saying I know all the sacred land or anything. Like I have no connection to any of that. And like, obviously if anyone listens to us and thinks it's a bad idea, it probably is to put a track somewhere like in Oahu or one of the Hawaiian islands. I know there'd be a lot of pushback from the locals and stuff. Understandably so, you know?
Sure.
But think about it though. It would bring a lot of money to the area. If you did a street track through Waikiki, there's already a lot of twists and turns as is.
Right.
And the whole vibe there is like it's weird because you're in a tropical area, but you're in a city, but like the ocean's like 3 blocks away.
Right.
So it'd be crazy to see all the...
It would be a nice race.
Dude, it would be so sick.
I would rather a race in Hawaii or another of the islands, whatever one.
Rather than Florida.
The space, right, rather than Florida. I mean, I'd rather have Hawaii over Las Vegas and just keep Miami.
Yeah.
Miami's wasn't that bad. Like, it was a 6 out of 10. For me, at least.
Yeah.
And that's like decently enjoyable. It's like whatever.
Yeah. I just think the whole like Florida vibe is kind of corny when it comes
the
to like
fake
Miami.
marina was super corny.
Yeah.
They had the fake boats, fake water out there with like the
terrible.
little like what is it, temporary pools or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
No, I was like, okay. You're by the ocean anyways. Why would you need a fake marina? Just build it on the water.
Yeah.
Have the actual boats there and just don't have the fake wooden boats.
Yeah, dude, it was terrible.
It looked like a high school play set.
Yeah, it did. It did look really bad. It looked like something a high school puts together, and they're like, "Oh, this is a cool like little
the end of the year production done by the underclassmen." You know, it's like half shoddily made.
Yeah, terrible. But think about
painted
it.
by like the kindergarten class of the local school.
You would have a street circuit. You know, obviously you make the street safe for everybody if they crash. This, that, and the other. You have all the tropicalness in the area. You know, you go against the water at some point.
Yeah.
The liveries would be sick that people could like a Red Bull livery,
like the tropical
like Hawaiian, what is it, like the tribal print? Because I know Hawaiians do
like
have that
tribal print or like the Hawaiian flower print.
Yes,
you know?
that would be so sick.
Those would be dope.
Or like that, you know, like that salmon pink, like vintage looking stuff.
Yeah.
Put that in teal on one of the cars or something. That'd be so sick.
Yeah, it would be dope.
Not to mention, like, I personally like to watch like the weekend warm up where you see everyone come to the track. You hear the Formula One announcers talk. The little events that they do, like they'll do the boat racing maybe out there.
Yeah.
Like Red Bull always does something cool, you know? So you'd be interacting with the culture. And then you could do a part where like you can educate the world on Hawaiian culture.
Yeah, you have like endangered species or plants or whatever.
Not to mention like it'd be cool to watch all the drivers pull up. Like I love on Instagram when I'm watching like right now, everyone's pulling up to Texas right now.
Yeah.
Like the photographer that shoots for Alfa Romeo, I see that he's in already Texas. It's really cool to watch him travel from race to race. Like even after the Japan race, he was in there he stayed there for like 2 weeks because they had the week off after Japan.
Yeah.
So it was just really cool to watch everyone pull up, and I think that'd be really good for the Hawaiian people to get like their culture known like wide to the world. Because when I was there, now that I'm older, I learned a little bit more about the culture and stuff. And they have a boat that they sail across the world, like port to port.
Oh,
like they'll pull up everywhere, and they basically share Hawaiian culture, this, that, and the other, you know, because everybody knows Hawaii, but like
no one
they
really
look at it as like a
knows the
destination.
details.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Interesting. Yeah, I would like to see what the weekend warm up looks like in Hawaii. I'm sure it'd be super chill. You know, they'd be wearing leis and going to the beach. Just Danny Ricciardo would be jumping off a boat somewhere. Like,
oh yeah, Lewis Hamilton would pull up in some oversized, tacky looking shirt.
Yeah,
that all the fashionistas are like, it's
big old baggy pants. Typical Lewis fashion.
No big old baggy shorts because it's hot as fuck.
It's hot as fuck. Yeah, and then Roscoe out there panting his ass off.
Yeah. That would be. I think that'd be really cool. Honestly.
Yeah.
It'd be a great time.
It would be. But yeah, I don't know. I think Las Vegas ultimately will just be another mid race.
I kind of have faith in just the culture around Vegas. Like, not really that there's like a culture or
Because it's like the city of lights, the city
yeah,
of sin.
yeah. All the neon signs and spending money and stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like everybody knows Formula One is a sport of excess, essentially.
Yeah, it's a rich person sport.
Yeah, 100%.
So like already being in that city where people go to spend money, go to gamble, like
Yeah.
wealthy people just go there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's gonna attract a different type of audience than like your regular circuit.
Oh, for sure.
You just get regular people in the crowd versus, I guess, in Las Vegas, it's gonna be a lot of. I'm sure there'll be a shitload of celebrities, shitload of other people. I mean, there's always tons of people at every race, but I don't know. I just feel like Las Vegas is gonna be different.
Yeah. I mean, from what I've seen, also the track layout looks kind of boring. Like, it doesn't look like
That's what I mean. Yeah.
like it looks like a normal person could drive that truck.
Right. It doesn't look. It doesn't look too hard.
Mm-mm. I mean, obviously, we're in the car getting our faces ripped off.
Yeah, I mean, we can't even move our neck or open our eyes traveling at like with 7 G's worth of force, 180 miles an hour down the straight. I mean, imagine Monza. You go to the Temple of Speed. You go down that first straight, you hit the first 2 turns of chicane all fast as fuck.
Dude.
From 180, 190 with the toe. If you got the wing open for the DRS and you're going down that straight and you hit the right turn immediately. Can you imagine the G forces on your neck and your fucking organs?
So I'd be okay.
I would die. I'd pass out.
Yeah, for sure.
I would pass out.
It would for sure be something that like you'd have to like low key work out like a couple months in advance.
Yeah.
So you can actually build the neck muscles kind of to be able to like kind of.
I mean, they can do it because they drive F3, F2. You know, they've been training their whole lives for their bodies to handle that type of pressure.
You'd probably need to start doing it like a year in advance.
Bro, that's like 15 years of research and development basically.
Do you think that like...
Because they do karting when they're kids, dude. Max was racing at like 4 or 5 years old, something like that.
Yeah.
Something stupid.
Would you, if they had like a tandem car...
Oh, I'd go in there
and
for
if
sure.
Max Verstappen was driving it?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Hey, okay, let me hit you with this. 4 drivers, I guess. No, 5, okay. So
5 drivers?
5 drivers. You have to pick one.
Okay.
Max Verstappen, Lewis Hamilton, Danny Ricciardo, Sebastian Vettel.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Or
Lance Stroll.
Mazepin. No, I'm just playing.
Ew, Mazepin.
Okay, let's just leave it at the 4.
Okay, at the 4.
Who are the 2 drivers you're going to pick? So you have Lewis Hamilton, Max Verstappen,
Vettel, and
Ricciardo.
I do Ricciardo and Max.
I think I would do Ricciardo or Max too. Okay, so now between the 2 of them, who are you choosing?
Okay, at that point, I'd probably do Ricciardo only because I know that him and I would probably be joking around the whole time, and I'd have more of like a bro experience with Danny. It'd be more of like you know what I mean? I feel like
rather
with Max, it'd be too serious.
Driving in a car with a robot?
Dude, I'd say something retarded or whatever, and then Max would just be like, can you get this guy the fuck out of here?
Okay, so how about I throw in as the 5th Sergio Perez?
Oh, that's a tough choice.
I'm still going Danny Ricks. Like, Checo seems serious all the time. Or maybe because he's also having a bad time because of like the Red Bull pressure.
I mean, I like Checo, and I'd probably be able to fuck around with him in Spanish. But I don't know. There's something about Danny that he's just like the funny older brother type energy. So like I feel like I'd bond with him a lot better than I would any other driver.
What would that halo look like though? Would it be just one big halo that goes like 4 feet throughout the whole car?
I don't know, honestly. I think they have one that's like a double-seater, and it looks like an Indy car.
I think it is IndyCar.
Okay,
right?
but they just don't have the halo on it because it's only for show. So they just, they're not actually racing in those things.
Yeah, true. They're not going to go flat out.
It's for show. Like you're gonna have a guest in the car, and you just rip it. Maybe at 80%.
Even if you're ripping it at like 150 with like a special compound tire, so the car still has grip.
For sure.
Like I guarantee, like you ripping in a car at 150, you wouldn't even know.
My dumbass not knowing what 150 feels like would be mind blown.
Like tripping.
Would be mind blown at 150.
I mean, the fastest I've been in a car is 130, and I was like kind of scared, but also like I was a teenager. I wasn't driving at the time.
Yeah.
So like I was in the back seat, so like that was scary. But
that's even more scary than being the one driving.
Yeah.
You have no control over the vehicle whatsoever. You're like, my life is in your hands.
Yes.
If we die, I'm dying.
Yes. That was it. So that's why I was like, you probably wouldn't even know the difference between like 150 and like 180. You know what I mean? Because I doubt they're going to hit race pace with like a regular human in the car. But yet again, you're going to sign all the paperwork.
You got to sign it all.
Yeah.
Do like some of the test runs and shit.
If I die, it's okay, is what the paperwork's going to say.
I asked for this.
Yeah, release of liability.
Right. That'd be so crazy.
Yeah.
I would love to be in a passenger seat of a double-seater F1 car or Indy car or whatever the
Yeah. And honestly, it doesn't even have to be Formula 1. Like, I think like IndyCar is kind of all right. I think NASCAR is boring. Like, I know that like some might hear this and like that's like fighting words, but it's like it doesn't really appeal to me. But it is interesting to see that like Toyota has a car and it's a Camry, but it's like ripping.
It's ripping hard.
Yeah.
I mean, in Le Mans, they was it the Chevy? I think the Chevy NASCAR was fitted for Le Mans.
Oh yeah. There was the Camaro.
Yeah, the Europeans went nuts over the sound of that car.
Yeah.
There were so many videos of Europeans being like, "This is the best sounding car this year," and they would record it like running down the straights, and it would sound so gross.
And that's what you get when you have the Americans build something, bro.
Man.
Like, hey, people are haters, but
we get the best in it. I'm pretty sure it did the best in its class, and it all was beating cars I think in the class above it.
Damn.
Some of the cars, yeah. It did really well during that race, obviously.
That thing probably has like massive brakes though on it and like crazy like injectors, all that crazy stuff, you know?
Yeah, like you get brakes just like twice the size of your face, basically.
And I don't think like it didn't even really look that different. I don't think, did it? The car itself from like what not a stock one, but like a semi-track one would look like, because obviously a Formula 1 arrows looks crazy, like the front wing, the side pods, the DRS wing,
they like
all
look
that shit.
crazy.
It looks crazy. Whereas like that one looked like it
just looks like
a kidded car,
a super scat pack or something.
Yeah. Something that gives you 30% APR when you buy it.
Disgusting.
Horrid.
Put like $1,000 down on the $38,000 car.
Yeah.
You're like, paid off in 100 months.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, I'm paying 28% APR on this garbage, and then I'm gonna get it towed because I don't make my payments because I'm an idiot.
Dude, 4 months of straight interest payments would be wild.
Disgusting.
Like you haven't even paid on the principal of the car.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's like being an indentured servant.
Yeah.
Because you're not even paying off the car at that point. You're just paying the interest.
Yeah.
At the bare minimum.
A friend of mine was a car salesman for a little while.
Yeah.
And like he made good money because obviously like
because you make the commission off them.
Yeah, you make the commission.
Everyone
and like
you sell.
They say they know when they sign deals to people that like can't afford cars, or they know they can't afford that car.
Yeah.
Because realistically, like you have to make a lot to afford a decent car, realistically. But obviously, people stretch themselves. Like it's all about what you want to spend your money on. You could have a GT3 RS in the garage, but you're living on ramen and like sleeping with newspapers.
Yeah, everything else is like you're living poor, but you can only afford a car.
Yeah, 100%.
It's like you pick and choose kind of like what your what that thing is going to be, like what you decide to spend your money on, versus whether it's like a nice place to live at and you drive a shitty car and you just don't have nice stuff, but you live in a nice place.
Yeah.
Or you live in a shitty place, don't have anything, and you have a nice car.
So I'm a middle of the road kind of guy. I want to live at a place that's decently nice, decently safe, you know. Sure. Decent ass car, something like I'll drive a Prius. Peace of mind.
I ain't got nothing against Prius. Saves me money on gas, damn.
Let me ask you this: Could you be one of those car salesmen where you know like you're selling sometime like sometimes, obviously it's not all the time. Like,
yeah. I don't know.
You're not selling health insurance, but like you're doing say somebody comes in, I want to buy a Challenger.
You're like allowing adults to trap themselves.
Yes, or like they're going to default on like. Because obviously you're going to crunch the numbers, their credit, their savings. You know, they see basically almost all that. Oh, I don't know about savings, but you know what I mean?
Yeah,
they see your income. They like,
Right.
If you know this person's like, okay, it looks like they could probably make the payment for 14 months, but hey, the second they drive it off the lot, it's not my problem.
I mean, yeah.
Could you do it, you think?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think I'm too empathetic in a certain way where like I would continue to think about that person, even though it doesn't affect me in any way.
Mm-hmm.
I think personally, I would think back on those people that I knew were going to get fucked over in the long run. And I don't know. It's kind of hard to say because it depends. Obviously, money changes your opinion. Yeah. So if you're making good money, you're not going to give a fuck, right? Yeah. Because it's your money and that's your job.
Yeah, 100%.
So you're just doing what you're told to do, what you're trained to do, and that's it. Like you're selling cars to adults who should know how to manage their money. So you don't. So I wouldn't say it's like a moral thing, but I think people who are more empathetic than others may feel worse doing something like that over a long period of time.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I think I would do it if the money was good, but I wouldn't be 100%, you know, like comfortable knowing that I'm gonna be fucking somebody over.
Dude,
but that's just a personal opinion only because I just think about stuff like that.
Yeah, I think that if like someone's gonna have to sell somebody cars, whereas like if
somebody has to do it, yeah,
somebody has to do it, and like let's just say, like I don't know, like you're selling people cars, you know, you're good at your job, you're able to like get people to buy a car, maybe talk them into a good car, you know, like obviously I'd be kind of more truthful in a sense where it's like that car is known to be reliable, that car's really not known to be reliable,
right?
Stuff like that. But honestly, I think I could do it because it's one, I like cars, and two, it's like it is what it is, you know. Like if somebody makes their own bad financial decision, that's like 100% on them. You know?
Yeah, that's their fault because first of all, you shouldn't even buy a car if you know you can't afford to make the payments with the money that you're going to put down on the car. That's like the first step. Car buying 101 is how much money am I going to put down, and am I going to be able to afford the payment with this much money that I'm putting down?
Because like the little shininess is going to wear off in the first 6 months. You know,
dude, I say even before that. I say like easily. People who don't understand the payments, they're going to be that bad. They put like $5,000 down on like a $30,000 car. More, like 40, or like a 50? Jeep or even a Land Rover, whatever. And somebody buys the car that they shouldn't have, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh shit, you know, now I'm stuck with this car I can't afford. I have to make these payments that I can't afford. I have to cut other stuff out of my life to be able to pay for this, or I'm just going to not pay and default on it and get it, you know, taken to the tow yard because I can't afford to pay my car.
But also, I would say that's probably if you're at like a normal ass dealership, like a Toyota, Dodge, or something,
right?
Or like what happens the day you're able to like work your way up to like a, not just the Mercedes dealership, but like you're selling like the higher end shit, or like say you're at an Aston dealer, or you know,
yeah. Well, those like people who are going to buy an Aston,
how sick would that be?
I mean, the people who are buying Aston Martins, they either have stupid money or they just like what they like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
but imagine you stick with it that long, like getting through like the normies.
Yeah, if you work your way up to get to a good dealership and you're slanging Aston Martins or Porsches or whatever the fuck, like
Porsche dealership.
Dude, I wouldn't say anything.
That'd be so sick.
I'd keep my mouth closed the whole time. I'd be like, just put the commission in my pocket.
Dude, I think I could sell Porsches very well. Like, I would obviously.
I mean, you already like the car.
Yeah.
So it's like, it would be a passionate sell. You know what I mean? Like, if you truly fuck with a car and you like really like it, and then you'll be able to like convince somebody to buy one.
You know what I'd do? They'd come in and be like, I'm here to buy a car.
And suck them off.
Do you want to know what I'd say to them?
What?
Before I sucked them off? I'd be like, you're not here to buy a car, bro. Let's be real. You're here to buy a piece of art.
Oh, get the fuck out of here, bro. If you said that to me as a car salesman, turn around and walk away.
No, bro, because if you're walking in there and your nose is already held high because you have the money to buy a Porsche, you're like, this dude's already giving me like a pre-chub handy on like the...
Yeah, you're stroking a 3/4 chub. The guy's already ready.
You're pulling up and it's literally just like, I'm selling you a piece of history and art. You see that?
Get the fuck out of here.
That's a family heirloom.
You're such a snake oil salesman.
But it would but I would believe what I'm saying because like sometimes when I genuinely look at like a Porsche,
yeah,
like even if it's like that, okay, you know that when we go to North Park, that one random dirty little GT, no, that 4S or whatever the hell it is. It's like an early 2000s.
Oh, okay. I think I remember the one you're talking about. Yeah.
Across from like the taco shop and it's across the street. And it's in the back of the coffee shop, you know?
Right.
I don't want to dox them or nothing.
Yeah.
But even then, like that one's like old, dirty, you know? It's like no cleaner than my old little BMW.
Right.
But like it's still like at some point that thing was the cat's meow, you know what I mean? That thing was the shit at some point.
And it still even is the shit.
But it's still really nice. It's just obviously the owner doesn't take care of it. Like you can tell it's a daily. Like full daily. Like
they use that car.
Like the rims look like they have pitting on them. The paint doesn't look great, you know what I mean? But like at some point someone's probably going to pick that car up and just be like, let's restore this thing.
Right. I can't even with those types of cars, I can't even stomach the thought of like, not even that it's a daily. I think it's like the fact that someone uses it as a daily, but the chances of like scuffing the rim are so high. And I can imagine like a person not caring after a while.
Oh, okay.
And it just like makes my stomach churn. Like to feel the rims of a Porsche scrape up against the sidewalk.
Yeah.
I'd kill myself.
Jesus. But I guess, remember when I told you if I hit the lottery, like a GT3 would be like my weekend car and like my main daily would be like a regular 911.
Right.
So I guess I get that sentiment, but I doubt that person has like that money.
Right. I mean, they,
you know what I mean?
They use it because it's like their car, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, I don't know. Something like that nice, I just couldn't like, I'd be scared to drive something like that daily.
Dude, that's why like you'd have to have like a couple cars where you didn't care about, and like the couple cars you do care about.
Yeah, get
like
something
if you had the
so
money.
basic that no one would guess that you'd have the money, and then just like on the weekends, like you go out to eat or something, and you take the nice car out.
Do you want to hear what my other daily would like be?
What would it
in
be?
the lineup? A JCW Mini Cooper.
Nice. I like that.
Little, obviously, it's a little BMW, basically.
Yeah, just a mini BMW.
You know, it's just a mini BMW. You hop in, skirt around.
Yeah.
Girls laugh at you. You know, you take them on the first date in that bad boy.
You're
And
like,
they're like,
"Hey,
okay, whatever, dude.
My car is small, but I'm not in the pants though.
You're right. My pants are even smaller.
My pants are smaller. That means I got tiny balls. No roids, tiny balls.
But yeah, that's how I would
That's nice.
brush that.
Yeah. I'd still do the weekend as the Skyline. And
Which era? Like your weekend car? Like your
like
your
the
it car?
Like the it car would be a Skyline, like a 90s Skyline.
Like the one that's popularized right now, like the little
Yeah, like the Japanese.
the small front end, the little thicker back.
Yeah,
Like the Paul Walker one, or like less modified?
that one.
Okay.
Like not like that modified, obviously, but like that style.
Yeah.
That era of, that car. I would choose that one.
So you're gonna reverse into like a McDonald's to get your shit since it's right hand drive?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Damn. Commitment.
Park wrong and scrape up the whole driver's side.
Yep.
If I'm like thinking I just got room on the opposite end. Yeah.
That's terrible. So that would be your it car?
Yeah, I would say
When did that become your it car? Because I always thought your it car was the McLaren.
I like the McLaren.
Is it the P1? Or
No, the
A1?
McLaren F1.
F1, okay.
The 1990s one that's got the seat in the middle, or the late 80s. I don't remember what year it came out,
Mm-hmm.
but the McLaren, that one's just because it's like
Where the clutch costs 80 grand?
that. I'm like, that's a race car though. You know,
Yeah.
I'd track that one, have it ready for a track or some track day or whatever, just rip it in the McLaren. But I think like just as a weekend driver, like the it car for me would be the Skyline. I don't know, it just like looks so cool to me.
Stick shift or automatic?
I do, man. I would learn manual for that one.
You learn manual
I
for
would
that car?
learn manual
Dude, there's
for
like
that
no
one.
cars I'd learn manual for, I'm sorry.
That
Unless
one
it's like an old Porsche.
or the Fiat Abarth, I would learn manual for that one.
Okay, I could see that.
But my dad's is an automatic, so he got lucky because
Yeah.
he's like, I don't want to drive a manual anymore. I drove the GTO manual for so long,
Yeah.
pissed me off or whatever.
Yeah, of course. Because think about it. Anywhere, any stop, it's like a fucking event.
Yeah,
You know? Yeah, okay. That's your week. So, like, what would be, like, your daily? Like, say, like, okay, so a GTR is probably going to run you depending on what you get, like, that one GTR that I shot a couple months, like, last year or whatever.
yeah.
That carbon fiber one, that they labeled that as $1 million car. But,
Okay,
like,
sure.
like, anyone could.
Yeah, with all those extra bells and whistles on it.
Yeah, if it's even worth that, which I don't think it was,
But
obviously.
even like $150,000 GTR, can't drive that regular,
No.
everyday, daily.
Well, especially since, obviously, they're not making them and they're, like, importing them and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's
so.
an import. Well, I mean, I think my regular would be just like either like a basic Fiat or I don't know, actually. I wouldn't even know what the regular would be.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I like my Infinity. It's fucking great. Gets the job done.
You'd keep that car if you had. Okay, so let's talk your net
I
worth.
mean-
Your net worth's $50 million. Let's say you
Sure.
hit the Powerball. Let's say in the scenario, just to appease everybody that likes to fantasize like us, you hit the Powerball. You get to walk away with 50 million square, and that's like after you pay all the taxes.
For
let's say.
sure. Okay.
You're keeping your Infinity.
Hell yeah. Why not?
You think so?
Why not? Dude, you just keep it as the project, like this crazy project or whatever. Do some stupid shit to it.
You could literally with that much money send it back to Infinity and be like, yo, make it like it was.
Make it stock. Brand new from like it was from the factory in 2004.
That's sick. I like that. I would do that with my BMW if it was one worth keeping, which I don't think mine's worth keeping.
If you had a hard top, would you keep it?
Yeah. If I had like a hard top 330 Ci, or even like I guess the M3
Right.
of the E46 BMW era, for sure. Yeah, it'd be a keeper. I see what you mean by that.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be a good one. The hardtop. I like my mom's old. It was like a early 2000, like basically your car, but it's the hardtop with 4 doors.
Oh yeah, that was my first car.
Yeah.
The hard top with 4 doors.
Yep.
I love that car.
That's the one. She had it in white.
Drove like a go-kart.
Yeah.
Well, if it's pre like 2004, it was 2002, I
It
believe.
was before. Yeah. It was
Yeah,
around
if it's
then.
if it's in the early E46 era, it drives more like a go-kart, whereas like my car now drives more like a new, like not like a brand new BMW, but like definitely feels like it definitely handles outside of its weight class, if that makes sense.
Right. Okay. Yeah. No, my mom's was an older BMW. She liked that car a lot.
What was
but
the interior? Cream, I'm assuming, with the white?
No,
Or is it black interior?
It was like the like the tan almost.
Yeah, like they're beige.
Like beige.
See,
Light
that's
color.
exactly how my mom's 5 Series was. It was like a 2011, I believe.
Because it wasn't the dark interior.
Yeah. The only thing is that beige gets really dirty.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only bad part.
I think that's why she ended up not keeping it.
Oh, yeah.
Because just the leather wears out. I mean, ever since that car, my parents have had the dark leather interiors. Like black all the time because it's the easiest. But the Infinity I have now, that's got the tan leather. That thing is so fucking dirty all the time.
Do you wipe it down?
I mean, yeah, I'll wipe it down every now and again, but I mean, nice. Like, it's just brown, so light brown, so you can see every stain on it, every little thing.
Dude, but like the interior of your car is so clean. Like, as far as the carpet's nice, the leather's nice.
Yeah, because the car wasn't used, I mean, since 2004 up until 2021 or 2022 when I had the car, like 50,000 miles, hardly ever used.
Yeah.
Like the leather's going to look brand new. Carpets are going to be pretty much new. My grandparents took really good care of that car.
Low key, if I was you, I would genuinely go get like the interior, like if you like have the money at some point, because obviously like you're living life, there's regular normal expenses versus like putting money into your car.
For sure.
I would definitely get like a nice tint, like a decent tint, nothing too dark, like something dark enough to where like one, you have a little bit more privacy in the car, and two, something that'll just protect the interior for longer, because that car seems like it's going to run for like at least the next 10 years.
Yeah, that car will keep going for a fat minute. I mean, it gets the job done.
Yeah.
Well taken care of car. I mean, the only obviously like dings to it is like the front bumper and then the back.
Yeah.
But that's like hard. I don't even see that anymore.
Yeah, it's just another thing.
Yeah.
It's the same thing when I had my other car and like the fender was dented because 2 people hit the same spot.
Right.
Like that didn't even bother me after a moment, because it's just one of those things where it's like it kind of is what it is.
I mean, I think my dad like cringes every time he sees it because in his mind it's like it's a blemish, and like he's such a perfectionist that the fact that I don't get the front bumper fixed or the back bumper fixed, it's like he grits his teeth every time he sees it.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
But also like for us, we know like we take care of our cars like mechanically, but we know that car is going to be replaced at some point, so it's not worth putting like the $400 to $600 to fix that front bumper.
Right.
Same thing reason why I haven't fixed my like rear bumper. It has like one, I didn't even do any of the damage to the car. None of the damage in the car is done by me.
Right.
It's all just like, it's just previous owner wear and tear.
Right.
And then I got fucking stuck with the bill when the stupid mechanic was putting the wrong in the car, and then I had to fucking fix it, and it cost me almost $3,000. Dude, fuck that guy.
Well, I mean, that's
Go
like...
ahead and hit that, dude. We just cut that part out.
No, it's fine. I just like... I'm thinking of like a mechanic thinking he's doing the job right, has no idea. How do you go to a mechanic? Like, how does a mechanic have a job where he every day goes in there and goes, I'm going to fuck these people over so they come back and get their shit fixed again? Or like, I'm going to do 3/4 of the job and let this other part fail so that they come back sooner.
I think...
Like, is that them just like wanting business, or is it, I mean, to me, that's just fucked up.
I mean, I'm sure there is those people, but I think they're more few and far between than people think they are.
Right.
But like...
I think because it's more of a meme.
I think,
so you like see the negative aspect of it more, but I'm sure there's a majority of mechanics are honest, hardworking mechanics.
It's one of those things where it's like, I don't care if your car is fixed or not fixed. Like from a mechanic's perspective, like if I was a mechanic, I'd be like, dude, I don't care if you just want me to replace the one fuse. I'll tell you what's wrong with the car because I have to plug it in anyways. Mm-hmm. And if you don't want to get your car fixed, that's on you.
Yeah, it's their choice.
There's nothing saying that you're going to come back to the same mechanic. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, why am I going to set up the next sale for the next mechanic? I don't care if you come or don't come. Mm-hmm. There's enough cars in this world breaking that have to be sent into me that it doesn't matter if I'm fixing on your car or the other car or someone else's car. It doesn't matter. I'm making the money regardless.
Yeah.
It was the fact that she sent the car to a mechanic that I don't think worked on BMWs.
Oh, so he kind of like didn't really know.
He didn't know, and he just took the money anyways because he knew it was some older lady that doesn't know anything about cars, and so that like they could just collect the money on it.
Yeah.
Like, why do they care? Because it turned out the wrong coolant was being used in the car the whole time. Okay. So like when the whole radiator died and everything, I had to pay all that money. I got it all fixed, and then when I got it all fixed, the mechanic left like a tool in the car.
Did you sell it for money?
No, he left a tool in the car, and when I turned on the car and I started driving, it moved.
And
it shattered the fan and cracked up everything. And so they had to re-replace everything in there for free. So I actually technically got some free shit. But it was annoying to be like, dude, you guys abused my car.
They fucked it up.
And they fucked it up. And I haven't gone back to them since.
Wow. Yeah,
so
I
like,
wouldn't take my shit back to them.
You know, I got they replaced everything that broke in there and like everything around it. And I was like, it better all be fixed. Like it better all be like,
right.
I better not have a problem with that area of the car at all.
Because that could be like a lawsuit or something.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they damaged your property.
They damaged my property.
You paid them money and they fucked you over.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I still haven't gone back to them.
yeah, I wouldn't go back to
them. But
them
also, I found a good mechanic right now. He's cool. He's chill. I get all my stuff done. I send my car in like maybe once every 8 months, just as like a checkup. Preventative maintenance, just because I don't want to ever be stranded in anywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, it happens, you know, like there's things like you can't control, but I try to mitigate that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I have a mechanic right now. My guy, he's better than the other one I went to on Main Street. Those guys charged a little more than what I think is like a normal price. Like they were really trying to like get that extra biddy off the top.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't really like them. They did a good job. Like they didn't mess anything up, but I could just tell that they were like charging a little bit more so they could skim off the top for themselves. I was not really into that. So I asked my mom was like, oh, no, go to this other guy or whatever his name is.
Mm-hmm.
He has another shop down over there, same area. And the guy does really fair pricing. Like he sells the price at cost. So he's only making money on the service. So I was like, okay, that's pretty chill. So then that's when I went, got my brakes redone.
Mm-hmm.
Like all that shit done, oil change, new spark plugs, like everything. And all of that together plus the service cost me like $400.
You know, even then I don't feel bad if like mechanics like even get like a skim a bit off the top for parts. Because one, they have to do this work to source it and like have it imported and make sure it's like the part, you know? Like, so that doesn't bother me as long as you're not price gouging. But also it's like,
I mean, there's a difference. Like the one I went to, like it was on the line because it was almost like, it was almost too much, but it was like within a reasonable range still where you're kind of like, if you didn't know any better, you would just pay it.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I just paid it because they had already done the repairs. So I was like, whatever, like I'm just going to take it and pay for it. Like, thank you for a good job, whatever. Nothing wrong with the car. But when I went to the other guy, I realized, oh, shit, like, those guys were charging, like, quite a bit more than what they probably should have. Granted, they did a good job, so it really doesn't matter in the end, but I never went back to those other guys.
Yeah.
I said, fuck those guys.
Yeah, that's a big deal, too. Having a good mechanic is a big deal.
Yeah, and I'd rather go to the other guy, you know, and him be honest with me and tell me exactly how much it's going to cost. And just be like, look, maybe the labor may cost a little more since they don't charge for parts and stuff. They only charge for the labor.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, if it's a little bit more, whatever. Like, the guy's cool. He keeps it a buck, and he's like, look, this part, I could have repaired it for you, but it really doesn't need a repair. Like, you'd be good for a while longer.
Mm-hmm.
Just make sure you're aware of that, and then keep it in mind, and then bring it in when it needs to be repaired.
Am I crazy that, like, I do the suggestive maintenance? Like, when they say, like, this thing doesn't look bad, but, like, it'll only cost you, like, let's say $150 to get it repaired. Like, at that point, like, obviously driving an older BMW, I guess, or, like, any BMW, you're already at like fucking at least 900 anyway, so like the 150 really doesn't matter.
At that point, yeah, then you might as well just get the car fixed.
Get it done.
Right. Yeah.
Like last year when I got my maintenance report back, suggested maintenance was 0. I was like, no way. On an old BMW?
Yeah.
Like on an E46 BMW, no suggested maintenance?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, this is gonna be like a hot take. I'm not trying to be a mechanic to own a car. What the fuck?
Yeah,
like
that's a mechanic's
like,
job.
Work on your own car, you'll save so much money. Or if you have a car and you don't know how to fix it, why do you have the car? It's like, no, bro. I don't want to be a mechanic. If you want to be a mechanic, how about you go apply?
I mean, people are mechanics for a living for a reason.
Yeah.
To fix other people's cars.
Yes.
Like, that's why
we have doctors too. You know, you go to a doctor, you're not a doctor yourself.
Surgery on yourself.
You're not, idiot. Yeah, let me open up my own kneecap and replace.
Real quick, let me just bite this vial of morphine down.
Yeah.
Pop a bean and cut my knee open.
And replace it.
Yeah, cut out a kidney stone or something.
No. But yeah.
I mean, back in the old days, they had to do that. So that was a reality for some people.
Yeah. But also being your own mechanic back then was way easier. Like, parts were so plug and play. Like in like even as
like the Model T Fords?
No. Probably
like a Lego.
Those are probably harder because like the general person like probably has never seen a car engine before.
Oh, yeah.
But so like, okay, so in my dad's Ford truck, it was a 74 Ford F100 orange. It was a cool car. It was like kind of like a beater, but like that was the charm of it, is that it was mechanically sound.
Right.
One day we had a fuel leak on the way to work, and it was the hose that goes from the carburetor down into the block kind of or something, and that was leaking, so we were losing power, like
legit. Is it a fuel injected engine?
No, carburetor.
Oh, carburetor.
So that one has like the it looks like a big dinner plate on top.
Oh,
and then
okay.
it goes down into the carburetor.
Yeah,
and then it goes down into like the top part of the engine.
Right.
So we had a fuel leak, so we were losing power and we didn't know why. And I was like, well, I smell like a lot of gas, more so than a car from that era does, because it smells like gas anyways.
Yeah.
So we opened up the car. I was looking at it. The cable ties had gotten old, where like the cinch was to keep like the tight seal. It wasn't like a plug-in port. It was like a tube over another thing, and then you just like
they put something over it to like clamp it down.
They clamped it down, and like the clamp, obviously the hose got old, whatever it was.
Yeah, it got loose or whatever.
Yeah. So what I did was like, all right, well, we got. The hose was like kind of long anyways,
Did you cut it off and just put the new part on?
No, what we did was we just cut I cut the tube. I restuck it back on. I cleaned up like the top of the engine, like underneath the carburetor. I forgot what it's called, but it's almost like little cups. So I had to soak up all the gas that was in there. Resealed it, reapplied the thing, but not too tight to where like the tube looked like it was stressing. Boom, car worked again perfectly. Dude, I have never worked on a car in my life, and I was able to make that.
You just
fix.
MacGyvered it.
Yes, and it worked. And
That's
the guy was
dope.
like, even when we took it to the mechanic, he goes, "Yeah, honestly,
He
like
wouldn't
I
have
don't
known.
even need to touch it.
Yeah.
Like you guys did it."
And if you hadn't said anything, maybe he wouldn't even have noticed either.
No, probably he wouldn't even have noticed.
Right.
And so it's like obviously modern cars like that we drive, or
They
even
have
more modern.
They have a lot of electrical shit, a lot of weird shit in
No
there.
one's working on that shit.
Right.
Whereas like in the 70s,
I've seen videos of mechanics where they're literally saying like the reason why labor is going up for mechanics, like the price of labor, is because it takes them so long to take the car apart to get to the part that they need to fix. They've been making cars more and more complicated to take apart. So like people have been complaining like, why does it cost so much for the labor? Like what the like what are you even doing back there? You're just changing a screw.
Yeah.
It's like that's not the case. Like in a lot of instances when they need to fix a particular part of the car that's not on the surface, they have to take all that shit off.
Yeah, bro. That's
Then get
fucked
inside
up.
of it, change it, then put all of the stuff back.
not lose anything.
Not lose a single screw. Put it back exactly how it was before. I mean, dude, that must drive these people insane.
And it's not like let's just use BMW for example. It's not like BMW drops a new car and then drops like a fucking how-to for all the mechanics across the world to be like, so this is how you remove this on the new
You
BMW.
have to figure it out as you go
The
along.
dude has to go there and be like, all right, this screw, okay, save that. This screw.
They probably changed this to look like this, so it must be this part or something like that. I don't know. I'm not a
Dude,
mechanic.
the dude's taking apart someone's like car. It'd be like, I don't know, you trying to put together like.
This is normally how it would go in another car, so I'm just gonna hope it's the same logic applies to this other car.
Not to mention computer systems and shit. Like if it knows that something's not right or
Oh,
whatever.
yeah.
And then it's like these two parts aren't
Well, if
communicating.
you repair it and f around with it, then the system is always blinking because it never knows.
Dude, that'd be like you right now taking apart like your iPhone and trying to put it back together.
That's fucking annoying.
Like who knows how to do that?
Yeah.
Especially with modern cars. I hear like a lot of modern cars, they have to pull the whole engine out now to like do shit. Just because there's so many wires and complicated stuff.
Yeah, no way.
Yeah, not happening.
Well, that's why that labor costs an arm and a leg.
Yeah, rightfully so.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, no one's going to go to the dealership. You only go to a dealership if your car's a lease or if you just have that money. You got it like that.
Yeah, but even if I had money like that, I wouldn't even take it to the dealership.
No.
I'd just find a guy.
Yeah.
I'd do the right thing and take it to a guy.
I'd say if it was under warranty or like if you're in the first 5 years of the vehicle's life.
Okay, yeah. If it's
Maybe
under
mechanic,
warranty, then
yeah.
get the free shit.
Yeah, of course.
Then that's whatever. Take advantage, but
But then I guess if you had the money, then you'd probably get another car after 5 years or 3 years. You know what I mean?
that's
It's
crazy.
not like normies like us that like
you'd add
you get
another
a
car
you
to the
hold on to that.
you'd add another car to the collection, and then the one you were driving collects dust in the back.
Yeah.
Now you just have
Unless
the
it's
other
some
one.
type of beater Kia or something, then
Oh,
it just
just
goes.
get rid of it.
Yeah.
Just get rid of it. Blow it up with a gun in the backyard. Post it on YouTube or something.
Post on YouTube, spend 6 months in jail.
Yeah. Yeah, or like blow up a car and then almost get hit by a piece of the door.
Yeah.
What was that guy's name?
Didn't that guy go to jail, the Tesla guy?
Not the Tesla.
something?
No, not the Tesla guy. I'm talking about the Russian gun guy.
Oh, FPS Russia?
FPS Russia.
Oh, dude, I totally
That
forgot
was
about
the
that guy.
clip. That was one of the clips I saw was he blew up a car. He was standing pretty close to it too. Like maybe, I don't know, 50 to 80 feet distance or something. I don't know. Can't even tell distance because I'm stupid. But he was standing pretty close to the car. He blew it up with a gun and a piece of the door blasted off and like ricocheted right past him on the ground. Like with it, like within a foot away from this guy. Like the door literally just bam bounced right there next to him, and he turns around at the camera like, "What the fuck?"
Whatever happened to that guy?
I think he also went to prison.
No.
Something happened to him.
Because I think the guy that, remember the recent video, the guy who blew up the Tesla in the wild? I think he got in trouble for that.
Yeah.
FPS Russia went to...
Yeah. Let me, give me, my phone is right down there. It's been there the whole time.
I'll look it up right now.
With the flashlight on.
Let me look it up. I'm just going to type in what happened to FPS Russia, and us in the audience, they're at the mercy of whatever I find.
Yeah, we're gonna ask the Google machine. We'll see what the Google machine has to say.
Oh, it already autofilled it. FPS Russia's producer was found shot in his own gun store.
What?
Shortly after the ATF constructed a series of raids, arrested FPS Russia's host, Kyle Mayers. Is that weird? No, this is public knowledge. Myers. The YouTube channel stopped, but Kyle can still be found making videos at Painkiller already. I'm assuming FPS Russia was maybe a brand, not just one guy. I thought it was one guy.
I thought it was one guy. Because he had a Russian... Oh,
he stopped making videos in 2016.
It's probably a character that he was playing.
But following the unsolved death of his associates in Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosions, ATF felony charge. Did a felony for that? His channel has garnered over 6.9 million subscribers and 950 million views.
I'm almost 1 billion views before he went down.
Was FPF Russia even Russian?
No, I think it
was a character.
I think it was a character. It just came to me.
Way.
I think it came to me now that maybe I read it somewhere.
What's his name? Keith Ratliff? The fuck?
Yeah, I don't know. I never delved into that YouTube hole, so I don't know the background of that.
Oh wait, no, that was the guy that was killed.
So he was a fake Russian.
But it doesn't look like the original FPS Russia guy. I think Keith is the guy that passed.
Is it a psyop where they cloned him? They got his clone from Mount Weather.
This guy.
Mount Shasta. That guy with the weird haircut. That's the guy I was thinking of. And it's like the video was recorded with like 120p or something. It's like super quality.
Yeah, bro, they're probably really bad like videos now. But
back then that was all the pixels you needed.
Now that I think about it, he doesn't look really Russian, does he?
I don't know, man.
He just looks like some guy that owns land out in the middle of the States somewhere.
I'm not from Russia, so I can't say exactly what Russian people look like. Although I have an idea, a generalized idea in my head. You never know, man.
Okay, it's in the Franklin County, Georgia, U.S. You were trying so hard not to offend any Russian.
No way, dude. Fucking Georgia, okay.
Bro, my childhood's a lie. Now that I'm thinking about it. Because, like, let's be real. Who didn't watch those videos?
I watched them all the time.
When you're a little kid, you're like, blowing shit up, cool, Call of Duty, whatever.
But I don't remember them now. Like, I only watched, like, the big ones because I'd seen clips, you know, when I was on Twitter or whatever. When it was called Twitter back in the day.
Uh-huh.
And I would see the clips and go to his house and we just watch like crazy on YouTube, and like that would be one of the videos in there.
That's insane.
It would be like an FPS Russia video.
What else channels were big when we were younger? I mean, I didn't watch a whole lot of YouTube. But like obviously I'm talking like FPS Russia era. Like,
I watched a lot of Minecraft YouTube because that's when Minecraft came out. Like the beta was out, and Jose did the beta because he paid for it, and we played Minecraft like for really fucking long, and we would only watch Minecraft videos. At least the ones that I remember were Minecraft videos, and then a lot of it was like College Humor videos that we watched.
Oh, wasn't that a whole channel, College Humor?
Yeah, College Humor.
Like there was like skits, and they're actually pretty funny.
It's bad now. They were funny back then. They were really good back then.
Yeah, because you didn't have the social pressure.
Right, and now it's like it's just not good.
They're just not good.
It's not good. They fell off really hard. The one that I watched specifically, it was like a spin-off from College Humor characters. It was called Jake and Amir. And I would watch that one a lot. That one was really funny.
I'm trying to think of any YouTube, because I didn't really dive into YouTube till like
Onision, before I found out he was a weirdo. What are some other old YouTubers? I'm drawing a blank right now, but
Boogie, when Boogie was big.
Oh yeah, Boogie, Vsauce. I mean, Vsauce is like still big.
Does he make content still or no?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Does he?
Yeah, he was on Joe Rogan.
Was he?
He's been on Joe Rogan before. I don't remember if it was recent or anything, but
I mean, him being on Joe Rogan at some point doesn't mean he still makes content.
no, but I still see his posts on YouTube though.
I remember seeing his last video for a while, but I just never kept up with it because it was just like a niche. That, like,
yeah, I
he was
just,
so
like,
inconsistent towards the end, or towards like that era where I was like willing to watch it, that I was like, okay, I could.
I mean, I fell out of it and just never cared to like. I never bothered to like pick back up on it again.
Yeah.
You know, like I never cared to look him up anymore on YouTube, but I do know that he still made stuff, and I don't think he makes stuff as often now, but he still posts stuff every now and again from what I see, because I've seen some stuff that's like pretty recent.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's as often as it was before. But then again, I don't keep up with him, so I really have no idea. I just I'm subscribed to like so many channels now, because I don't care about like how many I subscribe to. I just like, if I find one, I'm subscribed. Like that's it, because I know it'll pop up.
I'm a little selfish with my subscribes. I mean, I'm less so now, but like I just don't want like a cluttered timeline. Too much.
Yeah, no, mine's crazy. You would hate mine. My subscription page, you would hate it. I don't even look at what's.
Honestly, I never look at the subscription.
I only go to homepage now.
I only look homepage too, so I guess it shouldn't matter. But I only do homepage. I never do subscription. It never crosses my mind.
Yeah, because I have my YouTube setting as like only show new videos. So like randomized videos in the search category that I look at frequently. So it shows, you know, stuff that I'm into or would be into, but it's only stuff that I have never seen before.
Yeah.
So like all videos I've ever watched won't show up if I watch them. It'll only be new stuff on the homepage, but I go back and I save stuff to watch later, or I have like go to the history tab and just look at the stuff I've looked at before.
Yeah. Oh, that makes sense.
That's how I research stuff. But if I know that it's in the top part of the likes playlist, then I'll go back to the likes. But I only look at new stuff. Like
sometimes I would do watch like I didn't know you can set that.
Yeah.
Because like my homepage will put old videos.
There's a little
sometimes.
tab at the top, like in the not where the YouTube logo is, but like under the search bar, it'll give you like specific words. Forget what it looks like, but it's near the top.
Okay. Yeah, because sometimes it will suggest old videos. Like, let's say I did watch an old video. Like, if I was going back, I was like, oh, I need to watch this to remember how to do specific X, Y, and Z thing.
Yeah.
And then, like, on my homepage, it'll be, like, a video that I watched, like, years ago.
Right.
And, like, sometimes it's like, oh, I remember this video. Watch it again, you know, and get some nostalgia.
Mm-hmm.
But a topic that we talked about this a long time ago, but I'm sure we could talk about it right now is, you know, like, YouTubers that you kind of f***ed with. And they got to like a decent like following, like 20K, 80K, like somewhere in there, and they just stopped making content out of nowhere, or like not even like a goodbye video.
Yeah, and it just died out.
That makes me sad.
It does make me sad. There was I don't know if this guy still makes YouTube videos anymore, but there was a funny sketch guy by the name of Peter Gilroy, and that guy had like a lot of potential, I thought.
Mm-hmm.
And the quality of videos are really good. Like the way it was written was really good, and the guy had a lot of videos with like over 1 million views. Like he was very popular in his niche, but eventually the sketches fell off, and like the account, like I don't even know what happened to it anymore. I haven't like looked it up or anything.
What
like
was
that.
his subscriber count when you?
I don't remember. I think when I found him, it was like 50,000 or like I don't know, something close to that.
But I guess it's also important to do like what you like, so that like, or you know, like
yeah. I mean, if
he
found something better, then.
Or just let the subscriber base know, like, hey, I'm going to pivot a bit. You know, like, it is what it is.
Right.
But, like, sometimes, like, you got to pivot, you know? That's why with, like, even my channel, not to bring, like, my own self up, you know? But, like, sometimes you just can't do only one thing, you know? Like, people are multi-complicated.
Right. Oh, well, he posts, like, I don't know, what looks like iPhone shot videos or, like, oh, no, it's music. What a pivot. What a weird pivot. Okay, so it's like he has sketches. He was Johnny from the Real Bros of Simi Valley. So he was a character on that.
Oh, isn't this the dude that like no, never mind, I don't know.
Maybe that's the guy who says he doesn't fuck with the baby?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. This guy. That's what it kind of looks like.
Yeah, that's what
get your boy, dog.
Get your boy, dog.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
Okay, so if that's the guy, then he used to do like old sketch stuff, and his stuff would get a lot of views. But see, like 7 years ago, and then it's like 5 years ago, he like didn't post for several years.
What's his most recent post, or is it just shorts?
No, those are. It looks like music. Because this one's piano or whatever, like piano cover.
What is he at right now? 156K.
Yeah, so like,
I mean, I know numbers don't mean everything, but it is like a true metric that you can look at and be like, okay, I see that. You know, like where
yeah,
you're
but
at.
when you have an account like that, and then all of a sudden, like, yeah, it just dies out. Like,
Yeah, like
he deleted a lot of videos. Like, this channel had a lot more videos that were like way better. A lot of good sketches with, you know, close to 1 million views, if not 1 million views.
like some of the accounts that I've seen was like old photographers that like when I was still new and like, you know, like somebody put something shiny in front of you, you're like, wow, that's gorgeous. You
Yeah.
know? Like a lot of those people where it's like sometimes you look around and you're like, dude, this person has so much potential, and all of a sudden you just don't see their for like maybe like a year or two, you know, because
Right.
obviously life just moves on, you know.
It makes me wonder if they just gave up, or
Did they give up?
or
Did
like
something
if
bad happen?
something
Like,
happened where they just couldn't do that anymore. They lost an opportunity. Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
And
It's
it's like
weird.
people that have like promising followings, like obviously followings and like social media stuff, like that's not obviously life. And hopefully they found something better or bigger or X, Y, and Z outside of that like channel, you know.
Yeah.
But it's just sad to see like the potential just not hit a heyday.
Not realized.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. I'm gonna go through my subscriptions actually right now and see if I can remember any of the ones that aren't active anymore. Yeah, there's a bunch of them. I mean, a lot of these are like record labels, like rock music from back in the day.
Lame.
Yeah. Oh, the one that really fell off was Braille skateboarding. That they used to have, like, they have 5.84 million subscribers, 5,000 videos.
Jesus.
But look, their most recent videos from like they're a week old don't even hit 30,000 views. Like it died. Like that channel died, bro.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
But also, I feel like is skateboarding as big as it was back then?
Well, it wasn't even like back then. It was like this channel's only. Channel was made in 2005. Okay, yeah. So it is a long
that's like
time
the
ago.
skateboarding like haven.
Right. When
Whereas,
I
like-
remember in college when I was in college was when I remember this channel was popping off. So that must have been like 8 years or 7 years down the road.
Sounds about right.
And then after that they had their pop off, and then they just fell off.
Or like even then, it's like long like cruising boards kind of made more the style
Right.
for a while, right?
Yeah, I mean, people were cruising on the little penny boards for.
Yeah, dude. Dude, you remember? Did you ever ride a penny board?
Yeah, I fell off of them many times,
Dude,
too.
the second one drop of water got onto that, it was done. It was RIP on those, the little flat wheels.
There's no way you'd eat shit every single time.
Yeah, dude. There would be one skateboarding in the rain is sketch, you know, even with the grip tape and everything. But like you hit one of those penny boards that literally have no grip on them, and it's just plastic on. Let's be real, we're all wearing Vans then, so no grip on no grip.
Yeah, you're literally going down.
Bro.
There's no way.
That's like running full speed across a room with like wet, shiny marble floors. You're bound to fall.
Yeah. Wow, I'm like looking at all these channels. That's crazy. There's some animation ones where like, you know, I wish like all creators like get better at their craft, obviously. But like you see the content like stagnate over time, and it makes me wonder like, damn, the burnout must have been real.
Yeah, but also like, I feel if you get like a little bit of stagnation.
You get a little bit of stagnation.
Yeah, like that's fine, because like obviously it's hard to invent. Like even if you're posting, like it seems like most, to use Peter McKinnon as an example, I think he was uploading like twice a week almost or something crazy. Like that's hard.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like some people post even more than that. Now, depending on your content, you know, like if you're doing like, not to throw shade again, but if you're like streaming, doing reaction stuff like that, you know, it's probably a little bit easier because you just record everything and then like cut it up, you know?
Yeah. Then you
But,
have like you have a lot of content that you can record easily, right?
Yeah, but if you're like actually, sounds like I'm throwing shade, but if you're like actually making something, like that's kind of harder because you're making something out of nothing, not like say like if I don't know, like if I was doing a reaction channel to like Starfield, I'm literally doing my take on someone else's art, if that makes sense.
Yeah, if you're doing just
So
reaction
it's like
content.
easier, you know?
Yeah, you don't have to try to get the content. You're just the only content you're making is your own reaction over somebody else's stuff.
Or like a drama channel, like controversy channel. Like,
Right.
Well, you're just like basically
You're just
a
TMZ.
little. Yeah, you're basically just TMZ or something. You know what I mean?
Watered
Whereas
down.
like actually putting out something that like is you have to create it, make it, this, that, and the other. Like,
right.
That's hard.
I mean, there's some topics that you can talk about that like always have stuff going on, right?
Yeah.
But like Formula One, there's a new season every year.
Yeah.
You're always gonna have stuff to talk about.
Always
gonna be new drivers. Always gonna be some stupid shit to talk about. Someone's always gonna say something dumb. So there's always stuff there.
Yeah, but also the break.
Yeah, you have a summer. You have the summer break and you have the winter break.
Because summer break is 1 month, right? Or 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's like
something
3 or
that.
4 weeks.
And then winter break is 3 months, 4 months, right? Whatever.
3 months.
Yeah, like then like you're fucked. Because now it's like, what do you make stories about? Rumors?
Well, I mean, that's when people just start like theorizing and hypothesizing about like who's gonna be in the next seat. Like we already kind of know who's gonna be in the
now.
next
I guarantee those videos are harder to make than Sergio Perez was rumored to retire in the Mexico GP.
That's still like, in a way reactionary content though,
Yeah.
because you're like watching stuff and then talking about it after.
Yeah.
So it is like quote unquote reaction content, but in a way it's like you still have to give your own opinion. So you're there's some thinking going on.
Yeah.
Some cognition.
No, for sure. Like, I know that does sound like a hater thing to say, and like putting people that make reaction content in a box that are like obviously very big and popular.
Yeah.
But also, it is different when like you're having to create something. I feel like
like
you have to go somewhere, do this,
or if you're filming something unique.
Yeah,
you have to go to the spot, film it right.
Say you were gonna like a volcano erupting, you got to be there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like those wartime photographers. That's something I wouldn't want to do.
They're in there.
Some of those photos, like you see in like textbooks, or like now that we get older and like you're able to see like unfiltered, like how crazy certain things could be. You know, some like
that's like as raw photography as you're gonna get, but at the risk of your life.
That's crazy.
You know, because those photos, those are legendary photos. I mean, you see all those wartime photos, like they even 100 years ago.
Yeah,
they'd be showing those pictures.
Or like a photo that everyone has seen, not to make it like dark, but the video of that monk setting himself on fire.
Oh yeah,
like that was in normal textbooks. That was in textbooks when I was going to school.
Right.
Like that's one of like that. I guarantee most people on Earth have seen that photo.
Mm-hmm.
To think that is crazy.
That's wild.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like that dude had to be there, snap that photo. Not to mention it was on film back in the day, so he had to get all like the exposure and all that, right? You know,
in the moment, have the settings going, bam, take that photo, and then he has to go back and develop it the old school way.
Hope it doesn't get up on the way.
Yep.
Hopefully, he didn't find himself in a rainstorm, and
it gets all fucked up.
Yeah,
dude, that's so horrible.
That's crazy.
Imagine back in you're in Vietnam. And you're out there taking pictures. You're a photographer. You got like 6 rolls that you finished. You're like, damn, he's gonna be some fire photos, whatever. Walking back to camp, the monsoon ruins all of the rolls. You're like, dude, my one job was my 2 jobs out here. One was to not get shot. 2 was to get actual photos of what's going on.
Yeah.
And like over 100 are ruined now. That would suck. You go back to camp. You're like, we lost 7 guys. Oh, and we lost all the film.
Could I get a no for 700?
Yeah, no thanks.
Dude, I'm not doing that.
God, what a tragedy.
Yeah, dude.
As a photographer, that's like something that's got to haunt them. You know, if they ever lost like footage like that.
Oh, yeah.
Or they had to cross a river and had no choice but to just get like shoulder high in water.
Mm-hmm.
Shoulder deep.
Like, you know that video I just put out yesterday?
Yeah.
On that little camera?
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic camera. The day that failed, I tried to rescue the film out of it, and I couldn't.
Oh.
But even then, it sucked because like it was like the day I went to the water park with my brother and nephew, and there were probably some really sick.
Yeah, you probably got
good
some
photos,
good ones. Yeah.
They just never saw the
ruined.
Just to make sure that like they were all ruined. You know, I was like purposely. I was like, all right, well at this point, like there's no salvaging this. So I just turned on the light in my room, opened the film, and just let it die. You know, so that like no weirdo picks it up and like
develops it
or something weird. You know,
treasured photos of like your family.
Yeah, and to him it's just like, oh, look at this thrift find I got. Some asshole in 2070, you know what I mean?
And yeah, they like post it on their social media in the future, and they're like, it goes viral. You're like, well, okay.
Yeah, fuck that. So, I mean, obviously the camera works now, but still, it's like, I can't imagine back then. Because obviously, you don't have a choice but to shoot film then. I choose to shoot film because I like the vibe of it. And I'm going to be honest with you, I hate editing photos. Like, as far as like, injecting different colors into them, doing this, that, and that. Right. That's the worst part, and I think some people like editing, but like you can fire off 100 shots, dude. I don't want to sit there and edit 100 shots.
Yeah, or like having to go through 1,000 photos and pick the right 5.
I'd rather shoot film and have it like basically 70. I'm honest with you, probably about 90% baked already. You know,
do a little tweaking on the Lightroom and then just export that.
Yeah,
that's all you really need.
Yeah, 100%. But like, imagine like you're only shooting film then.
Yeah,
and it's not like you can get a light meter on your phone.
Yeah, no, you're
like,
screwed.
oh, 16, okay, it's kind of sunny right now. You know, like.
You just raw dogging the photography.
No, bro, full raw dogging.
In there, dodging bullets, taking photos.
Catching strays, probably.
Catching strays. Imagine you go in there, you're like taking photos for 2 days. You don't catch that much action, and on the third day, you catch one on the leg, and they send you home. You're like, well, job well done.
Or you catch one in your satchel, and it just cooks all the film.
Jesus. Catch a ricochet, goes straight through your like camera roll pouch. They're all everywhere.
They're opening up on the floor.
Exposed, all ruined.
No.
Man. Or you get to the end of the war, you've got all your rolls of photography, like planes going down, so you got to ditch them.
No.
All that's lost. There's no going back on the old save.
Fuck. Hey, do you think it was like common for people to like know how to develop photos then, like high school things? You're like, oh, like I know they had like photography back when I was.
If you were into the photography and like that was something you did back then, like you had to know how to develop your own film, or you had to know somebody who knew how to develop film.
Yeah, that's
like you just had to, because that was their thing. There's no internet. You had to retain the knowledge,
dude.
Or you had to teach someone like how to do it.
You know how primitive life is, like before YouTube. Like I'm not talking even in the 50s. I'm talking pre-YouTube, where like, you know how like when you have a problem or whatever,
go to YouTube.
You go to YouTube.
You just look it up.
Like
type in your problem and you get an answer.
Yeah, that's why I make YouTube videos, is to help someone else later.
Right.
Like
we didn't have that repository of knowledge.
Yeah. Like it's YouTube is literally. I mean, it could be terrible things, you know, too. Whatever. Like
yeah, there's good and bad everywhere.
Yeah, but like literally, there's a massive bank of knowledge. Like you could literally learn how to blacksmith on YouTube. You can literally learn how to. They call it
YouTube University.
Yeah, YouTube University. Like you could literally learn how to do like glass blowing, or making plushies.
You can learn any type of trade.
Yeah.
Take any class. Listen to any lecture. Like.
Yeah.
A lot of colleges have. All like the professors upload their lectures on YouTube, and you can just literally sit into their whole semester's worth of lectures and learn the class if you want to. You don't pay any money, nothing.
Put those blinds up. I mean, obviously someone professional did it, but like
you could learn the right way to do it, and then maybe you start a business from that knowledge. Like who the fuck knows? You could do whatever you want. Like YouTube is amazing.
Yeah, like it is weird to think that like how convenient it is. Like even when like I don't know, maybe. Like when you're researching buying something personally, like if I'm buying an electronic,
I'll watch hella videos.
I'll watch hella videos on it. Like
right.
I never jump. Like for the most part, I never just jump into a purchase without any prior, like research.
Right.
Obviously, maybe it's by being a normal person. Maybe way wealthier people just buy it and don't think about it.
Yeah. You know? If throwing it away, if like buying it and being just not what you wanted, but then the cost doesn't matter at that point, then
yeah,
it's whatever.
Like, did you watch video reviews on this recorder we're on?
Yeah, on the Zoom PodTrack 4 that I watched maybe 10 videos.
Yeah.
Just to make sure that it did all the stuff that I wanted it to do, and that thing was only like, I think it was like $100, $120, you know?
Yeah.
So the fact that I spent 10 videos worth of time and more other time like reading forum posts about the product and reviews and stuff, like then I decided, okay, finally I'm going to buy it.
Yeah.
Because I realized it was the right thing. But I did take my time to do my research. And if I didn't have YouTube, I wouldn't have gotten the best.
Then you got to talk to some nerd on an audio store. Hey, bro, I think you should buy this one. You really, dude? It's $900.
You want that guy to shut up the whole time.
Yeah. I mean, like, even when I buy a camera, when I do, like, I'll watch, like, as many videos as I can on it. So, like, when I pick up the camera, I know how to use it.
Yeah.
Type shit. Like,
right.
I don't want to be left out in the dark. Or if, like, I have a question about something specific, obviously you drop a comment and hope someone gets back to you. But, like certain ways, like, when, like, loading medium format film, that shit's... I didn't know how to do it. It's weird.
Yeah.
You just have to rely on tension.
I mean, and you also don't want to waste a roll figuring out the camera. You're just burning money.
Literally burning money. I mean, photography is like a money pit anyways, unless you're making money off it.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, imagine burning $20
and not saying...
dropping the roll on the floor and just...
yeah, I mean, and that's not saying that like a roll is $100 a pop, but you're still burning $20.
Yeah.
$28 every time.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
Like, you don't want to do that.
No. But yeah. YouTube is crazy how like knowledgeable it is. Literally, you can learn everything on YouTube.
It's great. You can watch cooking videos. You can watch math videos.
Oh, I watch cooking videos too a lot.
Videos on physics and aliens. You can listen to us be idiots
on this podcast.
This podcast.
Literally, this will be on YouTube.
Yeah.
You can literally watch you make digital art on YouTube.
Yeah.
And play Starfield.
Yeah, they can
or
watch,
other video games.
do whatever the hell they want.
They could even watch me doing my shitty little camera reviews.
If they've made it this far, and we're talking about people sitting on YouTube right now listening to us, looking at their computer screen going, why did I spend an hour listening to these guys talk?
How long have we been going for?
Going for an hour and 11 minutes.
Damn, let's go.
Like, they can do whatever they want. They have the choice. They're sitting here right now in their chair. If they got this far, and they're like, what the fuck?
And the bright lights sitting in front of them.
Like, these guys
just
are
the dark
stupid.
room behind them.
Yeah. Complete darkness. The only thing illuminating their face is the screen.
Yep.
That's
like
it.
that Wojak meme.
Fucking balls out. Soft. Flaccid. Just hanging with the dogs.
Yeah.
It's great.
That is great.
But if you did make it this far, you get a gold star.
Yeah.
Good for you.
On the first pilot, on the pilot episode.
Yeah.
And obviously we got to cut the episode down, but hopefully it's still an hour. That'd be
oh,
cool.
it'll be
cool.
It'll definitely be an hour for sure.
I hope so.
I mean, I'm leaving this part in it too.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, this is great.
Hopefully it's like an hour runtime, because that'd be sick to see an hour on for the first pod.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of popular podcasts like only really go an hour as well. But
Yeah.
like, I don't like when there's a podcast that's like under an hour. Like, that kind of bums me out.
I expect a podcast to be at the very least 50 minutes. If it's less than 50 minutes, I probably won't give it a chance. Like, some episodes I've seen are 44 minutes.
Yeah, no.
Like, that's nothing.
That
I
bothers me.
sat through a 3-hour Joe Rogan.
Dude, those get me geeked.
With some dude I didn't even know.
I love when you have 3 hours of stimuli, and you can like do things like
At
clean
your own
room,
pace.
doing your thing. You know, maybe you're running errands at the store, buying fucking groceries, putting gas in your car. It's great when like you have people talking,
Yeah.
and like you don't need to like really do anything.
Yeah, you can just have it on in the background.
Yeah, you take a shower in the morning. You know, pop the headphones in, make your breakfast, go get gas in your car, buy groceries. I don't know. Maybe if you like go to the gym, maybe you like to listen to podcasts at the gym.
Dude, you could be nailing Bay right now listening to our podcast.
That's horrible.
That's great.
Imagine. Hopefully it's like Shane Gillis's podcast where it's like
Oh my god.
You remember when he talks about in his stand-up special where he's like he goes, "Yep, I see a lot of pissed off girlfriends in the crowd right now." He goes, "Hey babe, come here, come listen to this part of the podcast." You know, because those dudes
and it's
that
like
live with
saying the most misogynistic bullshit ever.
Yeah, or something so stupid where she's just like, "You're an idiot."
It's like, I can't believe I'm dating this guy.
Yeah, because think about it, like
all guys are dumb though.
those guys that like live with their girls and like they're into something like a podcast.
Oh yeah.
Like when you sit there, like they're the kind of more isolated types, you know, where like they hit up their friends every once in a while. But like you hear something funny on a pod like that, who are you going to share it with? Your homie that you haven't talked to in 8 months? No, he's not going to give a fuck.
Right.
But it's like, hey babe, come here. You know, where shit like
yeah, you're just like genuinely excited because you like something
you're
in
like
that
a little
moment.
kid.
Yeah.
Like, hey mom, look at this, and you do a little run and skip.
Like fall down and scrape your chin on the concrete. You start crying. Your
Or
mom's
she's
like,
trying
oh
to
my
make dinner
God.
or some shit. She's just like, dude, I should have
It's
swallowed
like,
you.
go clean yourself up.
Yeah.
Fucking horrible.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it is true. Like, obviously, at some point, everyone gets that, you know, like, hey,
Right.
babe, check this out. And then she, like, hopefully finds it semi-funny or, you know, gasses you up to make you feel good or whatever. But, like, that is so funny, though. Like, pull up to the show, and it's just, like, in
Bunch
his stand-up
of pissed
special.
off girlfriends for a whole hour.
You were a whole hour, and they paid for it.
They paid for it. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They're like, I'm drunk, but I'm pissed.
Yeah. My mom actually liked that stand-up. Like, she was laughing out loud like I was. My dad didn't seem to be laughing as much, which I thought was kind of weird because I usually just, like, see him as more of like
Is it Beautiful Dogs?
Yeah. He thought it was funny, but I was like, dude, I'm the only one laughing here. And then when my mom came down halfway through and she was watching it,
Dude, Shane's a funny
she
guy.
was fucking dying.
Shane is dog.
Dude, that clip, the whole time I was going to Hawaii,
That whole special was good.
that whole clip of him going like, yeah, I'll be down there in 10 minutes.
Oh my god, it just had you cackling.
Dude, you better start stretching. I'm going to wear you out, dumbass. Like, dude, that clip went through my head like 7 times while I was on the planes. Like, think about it, these flights are like 5-6 hours.
Just giggling to yourself
Just
like some psychopath.
Just laughing at my own headphones.
Some crazy person.
Oh, it's also nice to know my AirPods survived the whole 5-hour flight
Without charge.
without a charge with noise canceling on.
Wow.
That shit was goated.
So you ran the bat on those.
Dude, I fucking watched Star Wars Episode 1 and listened to a bunch of music.
And you still had battery left over, I assume?
I think while I was landing, I was at 11%.
It's not bad.
Not bad at all.
And your AirPods are older, right?
No, they're about a year old.
Your pros?
Yeah. I bought them in Germany, remember?
Oh, yeah.
I bought them in Germany
Yeah,
last
yeah.
October. So they're probably 53 weeks old, 54 weeks old at the most.
Okay.
Because I bought them.
I think I've had mine for a little longer then.
No, you got yours after mine. Your noise canceling ones. Remember, because I was selling them to you, basically. I was like, yo, like, these headphones are sick.
I don't even remember.
Yeah, because I remember you had the regular ones, and, like, your shit would, like, one of your headphones would die, like, 20 minutes before the others.
You know what I'm thinking of? Because I had the old ones, the ones without the noise canceling.
Yeah.
I had the old ones, so...
Yeah. Because remember, I was telling him, like, dude, they're actually fucking worth it.
Yeah.
Like, I promise you on this.
Because I didn't want to get them, I remember now.
Yeah. And then, like, when you got them, you were like, okay,
yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, I realized how good I had it.
I think, like, products like
pros.
that, realistically, like, you know how they dropped the new ones recently, like, last month?
Oh,
like,
I didn't know that they
there's
had
one
the
more
new ones.
version above ours now.
Oh, okay.
I genuinely don't think for like tech products, I think your shelf life for most things should be 3 years, maybe 2.5 at the maximum.
If you take good care of it, yeah.
Yeah, take good care of your shit.
It's easy.
Yeah, like my phone's 3 years old. I think my battery capacity is like 92%, and like I may buy the new one coming like January, February, but like I don't understand the people that buy the new product every year.
That's just a waste of money.
It's just a waste of money. I think it's like a FOMO and like a status thing for them.
Yeah. Well, a phone for a lot of people is a status thing. Like being able to say you got the new one doesn't matter. Then it doesn't matter about the old one. Like people forget that you even had an old one. They're just like, oh, you got the new one.
Yeah.
But the new iPhone sucks.
It's been getting a lot of hate, but I feel like people drag Apple products just like people drag Drake albums off rip.
Yeah, but I'm not dragging I'm not saying that the phone is the worst phone ever, but it's not better than the last one. So why would I want to upgrade?
But I mean, like, I think.
But people do slander the brand. I like Apple products because I'm an Apple user. Whatever, you're an Apple user. That's just what we're used to. It is what it is. But
like, what year is your phone?
My phone's gonna be 3 years old in.
Because we got ours around the same time, right?
Yeah, next March. Next year in March, it'll be 3 years old.
I think this year mine's 3 years old.
Okay.
Like at this point, this phone is so well made in a sense, like Apple wise.
Yeah.
That like I could probably stretch it another year. I just don't want to. Like I will upgrade eventually, but that's a 3-year upgrade, you know.
Yeah. Just
like this Apple Watch that I'm wearing, I think this is a 2018 release. This Series 4.
Yeah.
It's 2023.
And you've had it for hell of a long time.
And the battery still survives the whole day. Like I'm at 52% right now. But like on a normal active day, like I'll get down to like 30. On like a up day, I'll get down to like maybe 20%. But it's like,
but it still lasts you the whole day.
It still lasts me the whole day.
Yeah.
And like people are out here like, I bought the Apple Watch Ultra 1, and now like the Ultra 2 came out that literally has no difference. And they're like, yeah, I had to get it. You're like, no, you didn't, dude.
They traded in for like $400.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, you played yourself.
You played yourself. You leased that for $600 for the year.
Horrible.
Dumbass.
I feel like just at that point, it's like you might as well just give me the money. I'll use it better.
Put it into crypto and burn it.
That's the worst use case than buying an Apple Watch.
See, at least
that's less utility than an Apple Watch.
If you at least burnt the money in front of you, at least it'd provide some type of warmth for like 35 seconds.
If I was gonna gamble money, I'd spend it on a shitcoin. I wouldn't go to Vegas. I'd spend it on a shitcoin.
I would just go to Vegas.
I mean,
you had a lot of fun.
Money like that, yeah. Now I'd go to Vegas. I wouldn't buy a shitcoin now, but
yeah.
But if you would have talked to me 2 years ago, I'd have been like, put that bitch inside.
That's terrible. We're going ahead and bleep that out. Because that fucking coin sucks.
God.
Anything you're looking forward to in the near future as far as like maybe like realistic tech that's coming out?
Realistic tech? I'm excited to see how the general consumer actually feels about the Apple Glass.
Bro, that's exactly what I was thinking in my head right now, bro. That's
because
you haven't heard a peep about it
because
since.
it had when they dropped the whatever preview for it or sample thing that they had for it, it was the rage for like 7 days.
Yeah. I haven't seen one follow-up video or on my algo.
No.
I've seen zero
things.
It.
Zilch. I've
Zero.
not heard a single thing about the Apple Glass. But, I mean, if it ends up being mid, then I won't be too disappointed because I'm not going to buy it. I just want people to actually like use it for a while and then give like an honest opinion on its like utility and like how good is it actually to use around your house or whatever. Because then you really know what the product's all about.
Yeah. Like even if you had the Apple Card, which I think they allow you to buy a product for 24 months for payments without interest or something like that. Don't quote me on it. I don't even think $3,500 is worth it.
No.
That's still a lot of money monthly to pay for that thing.
Yeah,
Like,
you can. That's a really nice gaming PC. If you
yeah,
really wanted to spend the money, or you can buy a nice camera with that money.
yeah, 3,500 is a lot.
A good body and a good lens, $3,500. I mean,
Dude,
there's a lot of better shit you can buy with $3,500.
do you think anyone you know is gonna buy it? Like, let's say, like, let's talk, like, I don't know, maybe people you know on Instagram, because whoever's gonna buy it, let's say someone does, they're for sure gonna flex that fucking photo on their Instagram story.
For sure.
And then we can all DM and be like, "Way to go, dumbass!"
Yeah, way to go,
Hey,
fucking
now,
moron.
now when you put it on and you're chilling in your house, I'm gonna deck you. Well, you can't see me.
Yeah, smack you on the side where you can't see me.
But if someone close to me buys it, you best bet I'm sliding in that thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna try it out. I don't know who would buy them actually that I know. I don't know anybody who's just like gonna drop $3,500 on something like that.
Especially if you're not like a creative. Like I could see, like obviously in their test releases where they're like showing you, like, oh, it could do this. You know?
Oh yeah.
I'm sure it's gonna be way easier in person. Like once the gimmick and like the like we talk about when you buy something new and shiny.
Once that wears off, right?
Like what's the actual use case? Because everyone that I know that ever bought a VR, it looks like it ends up in a junk drawer somewhere.
I mean, I feel like most people who use the VR get over it. I see a lot of people who like just use it for like simple games like the VR chat, or I've seen mostly because that's just what I'm always seeing on my timeline is there's only 2 artists that I know that use them like every day to sculpt like their 3D art that they make, but that's only 2 people.
Yeah.
You know, that I see that are actively using their virtual reality gear or whatever headset that they have, whatever brand they have.
Yeah. Do you have a pair?
No.
Oh, really? I don't know why I thought you did.
No Oculus, nothing like that. I've never been into like the whole like VR scene. I've always been more entertained watching it than I have been like being the person doing it. Because I don't think for me anyways, it's not at the level where I care to invest any money into it.
Because it's one of those things where it's like, say you watch like a 20-minute video of funny clips. Remember like maybe a year and a half ago?
Yeah.
When the VR clips were like coming out consistently and they were funny, which they still are.
Yeah,
you know?
they
like,
still are sometimes, yeah.
But think about it, that's like a curated 20-minute video or 10-minute video of like a banger time. Whereas like, I don't want to be in VR chat and have mediocrity for like 9 days just to have like a 20-minute clip.
Just to have meet the one person that made the thing worth it.
That's crazy.
The interaction cool.
Yeah, for sure. It's literally just like watching like podcast clips or like comedy clips on social media.
I mean, some people
like you're only getting the zingers, the bangers.
Yeah, some people I mean get the headset for when they watch like online or whatever. Like people literally buy VR headsets just for that too. I'm sure.
I know the first thing that most dudes are gonna do when they get the Apple
They'll
Vision.
probably fuck around and try it.
Immediately going on the hub. Like there's no question about it.
For sure.
There's no question about it. Everyone's gonna want to like find out what that is.
Yeah.
Until like somebody walks in on you and you know you have the big goggles on your face.
Dude, you have no idea.
You're hunched over like an animal and then you just look over and then they can see your stupid eyes. Like you know how like it projects your eyes.
Yeah.
Like in the fucking thing with just like tears in your eyes.
Yeah.
And now you're looking stupid and
it's probably even worse with an Oculus because you can't even see them. You can't even hear them, you know? So like you're out there like meat full out like a butcher shop. Fucking sweat pouring down your face, like you can hear the goggles shaking.
The goggles are getting a little more like less tight since like there's moisture.
Right, since there's moisture and like you know when you realize it, then you then you notice how the person's actually been there for more than a minute.
Yeah.
More than 60 seconds have passed since you realize that someone's been standing there. You're like, fuck, your gaze, I felt it. I felt your eyes on me, on my naked body.
God, that'd be horrible. But I mean, yeah, like let's be real, everyone's gonna hop in that shit.
Yeah.
But I guarantee it's gonna be like way less cool than they thought it was.
Yeah, I think it'll be very underwhelming.
Like once you get past that first week, like we told, or like that first romantic phase.
Like the true Apple fanboys are gonna just be all up over it probably, but I feel like the general public is gonna like see them, use them, get over it, and it'll just be another thing. And then they'll probably realize that like it didn't hit as many markets or people as they thought it was going to hit.
Well, I think they're projecting that it's going to hit a very small market because like 3,500 for like not a phone, not a laptop, not something that like makes our day-to-day life better. Whereas like the Apple Watch. the Apple Watch has a big audience, but it's not everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you don't have one.
Because
I
it's
have one.
it's because it's like an accessory gadget.
Yes. Like for me, like when people ask me, I give them the honest spin. Like I don't know. Like depends the kind of person you are. Do you like this, that, and the other? Do you do this, that, and the other? Like yeah. Like me, I enjoy having it on me because then it's like I can look at time in a glance rather than pulling out my phone all the time. And then like usually, let's be real, when we pull out our phones to check the time, you're like, oh, what's going on Twitter? What's going on Instagram?
Yeah, you get all distracted.
You can pull up TikTok and then you burn 45 minutes looking at the time. Like what? And then you go to close your phone, then you go, oh, I never looked what time that is.
Yeah. I mean, it's either like you get an electronic watch or an analog watch or just your regular like, time with 3 hands.
Yeah. I mean, I like it. Obviously, the Apple Watch, it is for me.
Yeah, it's a gadget.
But like the vision though.
Mm-hmm.
Also, how long until you start seeing people putting like, this is my fit. I put these jeans with these shoes, and then I have the Apple Vision as my accessory.
God, dude.
How long till that hits?
Oh
or like they let them just hang around their neck.
I hope it doesn't happen. Like I hope I genuinely don't see a person walking in public with a VR augmented reality headset
but like not just like
as like an accessory.
As like an accessory,
Yeah.
like as if like how when people go, oh, I thrifted this shirt and it was like $400 because this collection from this year. It's like
they're like, oh, here's my techie fit, and they like are wearing the goggles as an accessory. I'm like,
yeah,
dude,
and they
what are you doing?
And they're like debranding it, and it's like black and camo or something.
Oh, makes me sick to my stomach. No, I can't imagine. Like, I mean, I can imagine it, but I just don't want to imagine it because that's like, we already look down at our phones a lot. I'll admit it. I looked at my phone all the time. I'm already addicted to looking at my phone. I don't need a fucking augmented
Can we turn on your
reality
screen
headset.
time for 1 month?
No,
Why?
because I don't want to acknowledge it.
You don't want to acknowledge it?
I don't want to acknowledge it.
Let me see what mine is today. 3 hours and 55 minutes, but also it's 4 hours and 3 minutes. But like to be honest, I watch YouTube videos on my phone.
Yeah,
so, like,
that's where most of my time goes to.
Like if I put up my phone, like if I'm in the kitchen and I don't have my laptop on me and I'm cooking, I'll put a video on.
That's exactly what I do. And then I'll watch like a lot of long form content. So
yeah.
I'll hit 4 hours on the YouTube on my phone if I'm not careful. And that's just like after work.
I think if I go to bed at a decent time, if I feed them at a decent time, I go to work that day, I do my thing, and I have like a good productive day,
Yeah.
I think my screen time is usually right about 2 hours.
That's not bad.
Not bad at all. But like if I'm freaking off though, and like being like a phone fiend that day, like we all have them, like I'm not ashamed. Like it sucks to admit it, but like realistically, most people have it.
Right.
Like I'll crank those hours, boy.
Yeah.
Like 6, 7
on a
hours.
day off, dude.
Yeah.
I'll hit 8, 9 hours.
Yeah. Really? Wow.
On the phone, probably.
Dude, that's why I deleted TikTok. 1 is mind numbing, and 2, it's like when you look at your grid time and like your TikTok is like your top app at like 4 hours.
Yikes.
Because think about it, it's not that you're like doing like productive hours. It's like maybe you woke up and now you're gonna lay in bed for an hour.
That's an hour you could have spent doing something.
Yep. Or taking a shit. Now you're in the bathroom for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, you're like, I stopped 30 minutes ago.
You sit on the toilet for 45 minutes and now you prolapsed your ass.
Yeah. Or like, even when like, when I found that it was a problem was when I was like, I got out of the shower, like, you sit down for a little bit or whatever before you get ready for the day. Oh, I'm going to open a TikTok. And then it's like 20 minutes later, you're sitting in a fucking dry towel and you're like, damn, I'm stupid.
The fan light turned off, so you're in the darkness.
Yeah, you're just like, idiot. Yeah. Damn, bro. That's why I was like, I gotta delete it.
All that time gone.
Yeah, first week I felt weird because it's like I feel like I'm out of the loop.
Because you want to look at it.
Yeah, I felt out of the loop. Like I'd open my phone to go look to see where the app was,
and
I kind of hit it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't there, and I was like, ooh. But then obviously that stopped after a week, and like my screen time has probably dropped like a ton over the time I deleted it. So I feel pretty good about that.
Yeah, no, mine would probably be horrendous, which is why I turn it off because I just don't even want to bother.
Turn it on.
No.
Turn it on.
My phone's dead.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's been on with the flashlight behind you on the box the whole entire time.
Why'd you do that?
Because I was looking for stuff and I left it there. I watched it die the entire time we've been talking.
Hey, do you think these lights ever burn out? Does it ever cross your mind that like Does the flashlight on an iPhone ever burn out, or what's the runtime hours on those?
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure if you left it on for like a whole year, you'd probably destroy the shit out of it. But I never gave any thought to like the lens or the flash or any of that stuff. The only thing I've noticed now, like because people talked about it, is that the iPhone is not very fire resistant. Not that you're gonna be like in fire like that, but you know, the durability under extreme circumstances is not very good.
What do you mean it's not like?
There's a video where the guy put a torch up to it and it burned up entirely in like a couple seconds. It was like melted.
I feel like if you're that close to fire, you deserve that though.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's under an extreme circumstance.
Do you want to know how many hours it's rated for?
The flashlight?
Oh, wait. Well, this is iPhone 5. How long will the iPhone 5 battery last with the flashlight on at 100%? Okay, so most mobile phones and the iPhones uses LED flash as an LED. It has significantly longer lifespan than most other light sources, rated generally between 25,000 and 100,000 hours. Wow.
100,000 hours of having a whole flash on. That's
probably not at one time.
Not
but
at one time, but
over
if you
a
just
lifetime.
have it on and then charge it every time it dies and turn it on again at 100%, leave the flash on.
I think it means like 100. Like I'm sure, yeah, you could get it there, but I think it means like that. Like from like when you do use your phone flash or like use your flashlight. Most people probably use their flashlight for like 30 seconds at a time. You know?
Oh right.
I think that's what they mean by that.
Okay.
But I'm sure like if you left it on consistently,
yeah,
I'm sure it would die sooner.
Well, it's like the same thing as like the life of a bulb.
Yeah. But since it's LED, I guess LEDs last longer than bulbs.
Sure.
Which
I'm not an electrician or anything like that. I don't even know.
I didn't know that till now, but that is interesting when you think about shit like that.
Yeah. And we're back from my little break, as you can tell. Any last closing comments before we end the pod?
I don't know. I hope we put it together in something that someone will enjoy to watch. You know? Hopefully we didn't make ourselves look too dumb on the first episode.
Yeah.
But obviously this thing will ramp up once we get used to this.
For sure. Yeah, the first one I kind of went into it knowing it may be a little awkward. Obviously, like getting used to talking for an extended period of time. We do it on the Xbox party chat all the time.
Or even last week in person. Well, before I left to Hawaii.
Oh yeah.
That whole conversation was flowing. But now, like knowing that it's like going to be
like a thing.
Right now, it's in the room with two people.
Yeah.
It's going to not be in a room with two people. It's going to be in a room with as many people on Earth that have internet access.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That want to chime in and listen.
Yeah.
That's dope. I like that. Well, I guess we'll just end it here. And I just want to say, if you made it this far, thank you so much for listening. And I hope you have a wonderful day, wonderful night, wherever you are in the world. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe and let us know what you think in the comment section below.
Before we sign off, what should our first milestone be? 10 videos? 10 pods?
Yeah, first milestone. Let's see if we can get to 10 episodes.
Consistently, not like post one and then a year later post a second.
Yeah, we'll try to do the consistent 10 posts, and then we'll set a channel goal of like 50 or 100 subs.
Yeah.
Something like that. We'll talk about it on the next pod maybe.
All right, sounds good, man.
Sounds good. Well, thanks for listening, guys.
You guys have a good night.
Dogs and
days.
Gals and bays. Hope you have a wonderful night, and I'll see you next time.